So recent leaks have came out basically saying that there is going to indeed be a Venom game. Now, there's a couple of things to break down here. One, does this correlate does this correlate with how things have been going as of recently? And what I mean is, um with with the launch of the PS5, Sony put out Miles Morales, right? Spider-Man 2 came a few years later, but Sony, it's apparently rumored that there's a handheld console, a PSP of sorts, in the works for Sony. So here's the thing, they know that they need a marketable game. And I don't think there's a God of War game coming anytime soon. And I doubt that there's another Infamous or Uncharted game. Something to really launch this console off on the right foot. So here's what I'm thinking here, and y'all are gonna call me insane. I think that the Venom game is going to be at launch and exclusive to this new Sony handheld. Hear me out here. It's gonna be an exclusive at launch. They're gonna use it to launch the new system at first to get people to buy it. But then it's gonna be ported onto PS5. That's personally my hot take. That's what I think. So with that being said, the Insomniac leaks that happened about a month and a half ago, which doesn't feel like a month and a half ago, but it was a month and a half ago. What the Insomniac leaks have told us is that there is indeed internal workings and the makings of a Venom video game coming. So that begs to question, what would us fans want from a Venom game? Well, I can tell you as a Venom fan, what I would want from a Venom video game. So first of all, spoilers for Spider-Man 2. But you get to play as Venom for one really cool section. And myself, along with a lot of other people, have concluded that that's probably the best part of the video game is playing as Venom for that one section. Upon further uh diagnostics, I've come to accept that Spider-Man 2 was like a 7.5 out of 10, which is still good, but nothing like spectacular. But the Venom part of the game, I literally give it like a point on its own. It's that good. So I say all that to say that Insomniac has the framework for Venom's combat, Venom's traversal, and Venom's look and Venom's, aesthetic. He's a he's a tank. He's a monster. And there's no need to veer away from that. You could make a video game where Venom is tanking people, knocking down buildings, throwing cars, eating people. But the one issue that I think that you would run into is that in this game, Harry Osborn is Venom. So the way to get around that, I think, because at the end of Spider-Man 2, Norman says that they're gonna activate the G serum, which is the Goblin serum. So they're more than likely going to adapt a storyline where both Norman and Harry become the Green Goblins, and that's probably going to be the final three, which is also confirmed due to the Insomniac leaks. But I say all that to say that Harry Osborn cannot be Venom. It's not physically possible because the symbiote is basically gone, and Peter is anti Venom, or he has the anti-venom symbiote and it channels a positive energy. So either they're making an anti-venom game, which would suck, that would be good. Or another way to get around this is that one of the symbiotes latched on to Eddie Brock. And Eddie Brock didn't know it. He goes to San Francisco for a reporter job. Something along those lines, like the symbiote latches onto him and then he goes undercover or something, and he's getting in some sort of trouble, and he um he's like about to die and all that stuff, and then like the symbiote latches itself onto him, and he turns into Venom. And I think the first act of the game would probably be Eddie learning how to use his powers and fighting like the local government or something. Like they would try to stop Venom and all of that stuff. But I think personally, and I was talking about this with my, younger brother who is kind of a converted Venom fan. Like he's really became a Venom fan within the last like 2 or 3 years. I I think that what should happen, what him and I think should happen is Spider-Man 3 or sorry, aside aside mission from Spider-Man 2 teased Carnage. So I know it was teased in Spider-Man 2 that Peter's gonna have to interact, but to be completely honest, I wanna give Venom Carnage. Honestly, like, that makes the most sense for a Venom villain. Like, if you're gonna make a Venom video game, you gotta have, because like, Riot's cool, you already did Scream, like, Riot's cool, Riot's cool, but I don't think Riot can carry the second act of a video game because he's not as sadistic as Carnage. You need somebody who can match Venom's energy. And Venom and Riot, like Riot would be a good first act villain, but you probably don't want to do two symbiotes in, the same game being villains. But Carnage would make sense because he's got that cult following. And if Carnage does what he wants to, that would actually be a threat that Venom would have to stop that would feel like a real thing that only Venom would be able to stop. That like and if you make it take place in San Francisco, that would literally like explain why Peter and Miles are not, around to, stop Venom or to, stop Carnage. And I'm thinking to myself here, is this what is this what Insomniac will do? So my brother and I came to these conclusions based off of what Spider-Man 2 did. Nothing really in the leaks. The leaks didn't really show anything. This is all just speculation, but it's speculation based off the fact that Spider-Man 2 did these things and Venom is confirmed. Venom Lethal Protector is confirmed to be in the works at Insomniac. So if you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Comment below, do you want a Venom game? And if so, what do you want in it? I love y'all. I'll talk to you on the